Hi guys, hope all is well. I'm just going to do a video about just kind of the end of the week, talk about a few bits that happened, what did happen, what did and didn't, and then we'll kind of go from there. So, US dollar, I said at the beginning of the week there was two levels that I did want to see some shorts from. You can see we've come into the 50% really nice. So I am pretty much just looking for a continuation into this zone. And then I do want to see if we can get some sort of accumulation to potentially take this thing higher. We have broken structures. So I do want to see if we can actually continue with this bullish movement. So pretty simple, just kind of waiting for potentially this zone to get hit or not. If we don't, I definitely think we could still get a run of something. Definitely taking out this low. I told you this, guys, before. If you obviously like a single wick and then kind of liquidity getting built up, 9 times out of 10, this actually will get run. So that's something I'm bearing in mind. You can see just super flat lows, so would not mind seeing this getting traded through. So that is US dollar. Nothing really too amazing, nothing really too crazy, but just simple tests and breaks lower down. US30, I did call out in the group yesterday that I'm waiting for this zone or this zone to be taken, this last 5-minute move down here. This morning got quite a nice entry for a trade. We can break that down quick. So going in from last night, well, first of all, price had come up day before, create a small gap, and we kind of were hovering around this high. So I was like, okay, cool. I want to see if price is going to potentially run and take out this high. So pretty much we did. We ran this high, and then we kind of started heading back down a little bit. I was looking at all of these as just like forms of liquidity that were being built up. And I said, okay, cool. I want to see if price is going to react from this area. And you can see react from this area, and then we kind of come down a bit. Price then pushed up a little bit higher, just slightly filling in balances and things. And then on more of a lower time frame, we had this small shift right here. So where are we? Yeah, so on a 1 minute, we did start having these structures getting broke very, very slightly. But we were kind of invalidating these lows. And if we weren't invalidating them, we were definitely generating liquidity. So we had our previous, this is why I always say to you guys about looking at the previous highs and lows, because they do actually get taken. You can see this is 3 o'clock. So this is our New York high. You can see we did slightly run it today or run it in yesterday. Then price still had this gap. You can see going into the Asian session, we ran through this really, really clean, like buy to sell. And then I was really kind of looking for just of a test of this zone here. This is for me that we were kind of like breaking lower, and then I wanted to get a test off here. So this is my entry, and then my stop was literally just above this high. Now I was out most of today, so I had a couple of alerts set. I had one alert set at the low. And as soon as we broke this low, I kind of had a feeling that it was going to kind of be a bit of a go time. And you can see we kind of just melted from today. So I never used to really like trading US30 pairs when I was kind of looking at the market. Or I don't really like trading them when I'm in and about London session. But you can see they do still play out. They do still work. We did have that first manipulation I did want to see. And then we kind of just rolled from here. We did have a nice 15-minute zone just in here, which we then had that test, and then price actually just continued down a little bit lower. So I was only trading into this first 15-minute imbalance. So this is just my first target. You can see we came into it, kind of reacted and things. Now we came super close to this order, so I potentially think that I do want to see one more run. I do have a couple of orders down here. I've got one down here. These are not signals. These are not signals. This is just what follows my trading plan. For me, I'm really looking for that move back up into this 4-hourly zone. So considering we'd already come up and we'd pumped, I still had the idea that price not needed, but could potentially come back down. And this is definitely the first point of interest I was looking for. You can see, even if we break this down, you can see all pretty much all the way from here, manipulation, manipulation, manipulation. Then we have that one final manipulation that plays through, and then price actually pumps. I would have seen like to see my first order get tested. We didn't get it. It's fine. You don't always get it. And then we started shifting momentum. I'm not classing this as a break of structure here, because if we're really looking at things, this is the low which we closed below. So this is the high, this is our low, this is just intermediate structures. But just because we still had that intermediate shift, price then did push up a little bit stronger. So now I'm kind of really just waiting for price to come back down into this zone and then actually start heading to the top side. And I do want to see something in here get tested or filled. We do have potentially a nice little 30-minute zone in here, which I'm going to map out. So that was really kind of the breakdown. It's super simple, just looking at session timings, understanding where we have shifted structures, where we have moved. If I do take this fib from this high all the way down to this low, you can see my 786 is lined up really, really nicely with my overall buy zone that I'm looking for. And then we do have our final targets, which are up here into our second point of interest. So I'm just going to leave this. Obviously, not much is going to happen now. I'm not really too sure what time it is in New York at the moment, or in America right now. It's 4:10 here, GMT. So I am going to just be waiting to see what kind of moves we get going into next week. Gold, I took a tiny loss. Nothing major, nothing crazy. It's fine. Losses happened. If it's a part of your plan, that's completely fine, acceptable. We had this breaker structure. I did want to see if price was gonna run down into here and then continue. You can see prices actually ran straight up into my target. I did want to see that. Obviously, you can see price didn't give us that. That's fine. I did take a tiny loss off a 15-minute zone here. We had really small accumulation distribution that happened. You can see price mitigated off this 5-minute zone. From this 5-minute zone, we did start shifting lower. So I was looking for the last move that caused that. You can see this was that little 5-minute zone in here. So any kind of move in and around here, I did want to see some reactions from. This was only a very small trade, like a 3 to 4 RR. I did want to see if we could have that pop up, that run down, to then have that big continuation. Again, we didn't get it. That's fine. This, whenever you're trade, for me, the most I ever retrade is like 0.5%, because that's what I feel most comfortable trading, just in terms of psychology and things. And this was like a 0.25, like a 0.25%. So every single trade you take doesn't have to be the full risk that you're preparing to risk. You just have to do kind of what's best for your strategy. So took a small loss in this. That's fine. Was looking to see if we could take out this Asian low and come into this small area of demand in here again. You can see we didn't get it. We kind of just we just continued. I do know a couple of people that got some nice trades in here, but I didn't. AU, we came so close to the order I've been talking about since last week, going into this week. We came 3 pips away. So 3 pips away does not mean that it's not still valid. Definitely not. We could, in my opinion, still have that run, and then going into next week, we have a little bit more of that continuation. If price does want to have one more run up, that means dollar could have one more run lower, which is kind of what's happening now. We could have that run lower into here and then continue. We flip this around, kind of the same similar concepts of AU, in the sense of we are looking for that move back up into this supply to then come back down. You can see the dollar just looking for this move to come back into supply and then come down, well, demand in this case. So definitely looking for this area to play out from. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, but it's definitely going to be a next week job, I believe. So that's AU. If you have orders, like all of the trading that I do, all of them are orders. Because I feel like when you're actually trading with orders, that is actually like your plan. You know, you're not just sat here pressing like buy or sell or whatever. And when you actually have orders, that is your plan. So I definitely think if you are struggling with taking that over trading things, definitely just be waiting for orders, and orders really kind of plays around with your patience. So it is very good to kind of get that under your belt and kind of used it, you know. So that's AU. Still waiting for this order. I'm probably just going to leave my analysis on going for next week because it is the same. Nothing really too amazing. Euro USD again, nothing really too jammy. This was not a trade I took. I just wanted to see what would happen if we were going to get some more reaction from this zone. Nothing on my opinion. We ran the low, just came and dug deeper into this demand down here. Potentially trading opportunities in and around here, I think. Yeah. So nice sell, buy, continuation. I personally probably wouldn't have traded this just because the price has been bearish. I would have seen this as a correction, but just because it's happening now, it's always very well and fine. See it in hindsight. Euro USD, nothing really too crazy, to be honest with you. My analysis is a little bit messy, so I'm gonna have to deal with that again. Now NAS, I called at a level yesterday, day before yesterday, on when was this, Wednesday, and said that I was looking for anywhere from this wick to get taken or tested. We ran down and tested our 4-hour demand that is in premium, super valid entry. Could have had entries from here. Price did actually come up and hit my target. I did not have a trade in this, unfortunately, but it's fine. Could have had an 18 pip stop loss with a 84 pip target. That would have been a nice 1 to 4.5 that you could have been looking to trade from. So I didn't get in on that. I was looking for the after plays, looking for here, which is really, really nice. You can see we got entries and then price kind of just continued from here. So it is really just a case of following structure. Broke here, price then invalidated this demand, so we're looking for invalidated the supply, so we're looking for the supply that caused the invalidation of that demand. This was our newfound demand which invalidated the supply. You can see on a 30-minute time frame we do have this real nice sell to buy movement. So I really did want to see if we could in fact roll back down into here and just have continuations, because we are actually overall bullish on this pair, so it'd be stupid to kind of look for something else that's other than bullish movements. You can see we've got a lot of liquidity in here. I'm looking at this very much kind of like trend line and liquidity. Yeah, we did kind of run this, but we don't have any manipulation here. And all in all, I'm kind of looking to see if we could potentially just run out this high. Again, this is all going to be very nice to see. Potentially going into next week, we could even, in fact, now we've had this break of structure here, we then could potentially see some moves off here that confirm that buy to sell movement and then have that continuation a little bit lower. Euro GBP came close again. This week has been unfortunately just close with the orders, but not hit. And if your order doesn't hit, then it's fine. You don't have to keep rushing into things. I can vouch for this. So if your orders are not hit and your plan is not hit, then why are you taking a trade? So we missed our order. That's fine, is what it is. That does not mean that we cannot run potentially one more time take out this high, then actually continue lower and actually have this wick as a target. Now, we did in fact come wick my 786 fib. I don't take trades straight off the fib. I like to use my fib to see where things are lining up, where we could actually take a trade from. So I don't personally take trades straight off the 786, but you could have very much or you could have very much done that. In this case, I didn't, because I would have just been trading off nothing. There's all of this imbalance, all of this supply is still within this zone. So that is why I did not place a trade. I've only taken like three or four trades this week. So sometimes not every day is a trading day. Not every week is an amazing trading week. It is what it is. You just have to wait and be patient. But it is the weekend now, so I'm going to leave it for now. But if you guys got any questions, please let me know. Feel free to fire away, and I will help you all as much as I can. All right, guys.